when we went to break, we were talking about how this affects your relationship with your other grandchildren. Braden's my 10th. And I'm always worried that, oh, you know, do they think I'm giving him more attention? Maybe I'm buying more for him or spending more time with him. But obviously I do, because he lives with me.
Right.
Does it affect your relationships with your other grandchildren?
Yes, it do with me. Even my children. My children are jealous. And I have problems because with them, they say that you didn't do that for me. You didn't buy me all those things, or you didn't this and that. But I told them that I said, this is different. Your parents didn't leave you. Remember that. I was there for you. So this child is different. Her parents is not there for her. So I am her parent, and because now that she's with me, I'm older now. I'm more wiser, and my other I have a grandson. My daughter is raising him. You're a good parent.
Exactly.
You are there for your child. If you step out of his life, guess what? I'm going to be there for him. But I still do for my grandson. I buy him school clothes. I do things for him. But I also have to let my granddaughter know that that is my grandson also. Yes. It's not just your grandmother in your world only. Would she feel like that? You know, I'm hers and that's it. Nobody else. But I also had to let her know, that is my daughter, that is my son, you is my granddaughter, but you also is my daughter. You know, so we have to share me, because it's one of me and it's a lot of y'all. So I share that love with them, and I'm a workaholic, and I share my money with all of them. Let them know I love them. I love them, and I do anything to help them out, even her own mother. I'll do anything to help her. So,
and according to Nate, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. One of the things I did want to mention when we were talking about how we deal with our children and how we deal with our grandchildren, and for me personally, I have found that the same things that I did for my children, I'm wiser, older, wiser.
Right,
smart.
But this is the second time around.
But
yeah.
the one thing that I have continued to do, the same opportunities, the same expectations that I had for my children, I have for my grandchildren. There are no difference. I have not changed any of that. Now, it's what my grandchildren choose to do with what I offer them. My children chose not to do that. But I think that because I am a little more flexible with my grandchildren than I was, and I'm listening to more people. Because first time around, you know, I read the book, and the book was telling me one thing, and my kids were doing something totally different, you know. But with these, I think that I'm getting a different reaction with the same rules than I did with the first one.
So there are differences.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
And time has changed.
Yes. And you have made some changes. You've made some adjustments.
Yes.
Maybe your expectations are the same, but how you go about it
Yes.
has changed. I have found that the parenting the second time around, sometimes the quality is
Much better.
improved because you
I
got
think
another shot at it.
I know I have more patience with the grandchild.
Yes.
yeah, me too.
You understand more.
Nancy was saying she wanted to talk to you about something. So
Oh.
let's put you on the spot.
Hey, no problem.
We go way back, so let's
I'll tell you, when
We're
Janice
family.
was telling her, you know, her story as to how she came to be a grandparent raising grandchildren, I can remember meeting her for the first time, and she was one of the very first when I took this position, you know, to try to get this program going and up and running.
So
and,
you're a pioneer.
oh, she's a pioneer, all right. She's a pioneer. And
With her wagon.
I tell you, I've come a long way too, because I just had everything all set up. I knew exactly how everything was going to go, you know, and I was just like, I was revved up and kind of nervous, you know. And then I go out there to get her out in the waiting room and haul her back, and she is dressed to the hilt. I'm not kidding you. And along with her comes this rolling suitcase. And I'm thinking, oh no, what's going to happen here? I wasn't even sure. Yeah, she's going to need I got, you know, housing to take care of here. Or I honestly didn't know. So, and you know, so here I had all my stuff ready, right, Janice?
Yes.
Janice had all her stuff ready, and that's where she taught me an awful lot about what it meant to be a grandparent raising grandchildren, because in that suitcase was every document she needed to have to present to the court. And she was going to show me what she had had. And that has become very critical in exactly,
Organization.
In helping grandparents, cope with the challenges that are coming their way. The journals, having everything in a nice, neat, notebook, and ready to present to a judge. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I took that suitcase to the court, and the lawyer that was against me shook my hand and said I should have been a lawyer because I represented myself, and I won.
And that I do believe.
And I won, and I told him, I said the grandmother could have gave $1,000 to me because he had nothing against me. He had nothing. As him being a lawyer, had no proof enough to win the case. I mean, I went through parenting class, I went through budgeting class, and I was ready. And I stood there because when you're a grandparent, you got to stand strong. You got to stand your ground. Let them know that there's nothing you can do can tear us down. We are a strong family as grandparents. And we come as a group, not as one, but a group. And there's some challenges when you meet grandparents raising grandchildren.
And I think you need to be a spokesperson.
She does. And Patrice, she's speaking about something that I think is real significant in the state of Michigan right now. Some of the rules and the laws are starting to change, in particular for child protective services. And, once a child enters that system, they're going to be mandated or the grandparent will be mandated to become a foster care parent. And so they must be able to, number one, meet the criteria of foster care. And if they don't, then they're not going to be able to become a foster grandparent. And so the grandchildren will most likely be part of the system someplace else, unless they can find another relative that would qualify. The bottom line is that once they do become licensed, they're going to be treated as a foster parent. And I think what you say is what's real critical here, and I think the state of Michigan will soon have to be reacting to it, and that is we are a different beast. Right. Don't mess with us because we have very strong feelings about our grandchildren. That's why we're stepping forward in the way we are. Yes.
So I think that this is all, and you are all to be commended because you've stepped up to the plate and you're showing, myself included, all of us that we can do it.
Yes,
but it's important that you do have a support group, and with people like you, I don't see where anybody could go wrong. But I want to thank each of you for taking the time to spend with me today, and hopefully you'll agree to come back. And of course, I like to put people on the spot.
No problem. I don't mind. Yes. I have a lot of information in me, and anybody that willing to hear and need some help, I'm willing to help you. I can show you and tell you some things that can help you in life as raising your grandchild, because I have experienced it. And I'm going to continue. As long as I'm living, I'm going to continue doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much. This is Patrice wishing you all a great day. And I'm a little bit late, but happy Grandparents' Day, which was in September.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, thank you. We'll see you next week. Thank you.